What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Primetime Sports Podcast, hosted by Joey Larry. So, big Giants game day today against the Ravens at home. The Giants coming off a big win last week against the Green Bay Packers in London. Giants ended up winning that game by a score of 27-22. Huge win for the Giants last week. The Ravens are coming off a win last week against the Bengals, 19-17 off a game-winning field goal by kicker Justin Tucker. Lamar Jackson had 58 rushing yards in that game last week off 12 carries. That's one thing the Giants have to limit today is Lamar Jackson's running ability. Obviously, the Giants have struggled in the past against mobile quarterbacks, so today won't be the easiest task, but I think the Giants will be in today's game. They will be without wide receiver Kadarius Toney, wide receiver Kenny Galladay, cornerback Cordell Flott, and linebacker Azeez Ojulari. With that being said, though, Wan'Dale Robinson, who has not played since week one, wide receiver, second-round pick out of Kentucky, he will be in the lineup today. And then also defensive lineman Leonard Williams, who the Giants have desperately missed over the last few games in the run defense. He will be in today's lineup as well. So that's huge for the Giants, knowing they have Leonard Williams in the lineup, especially considering the Giants are playing against the Ravens, who love to run the ball. So that's huge for the Giants. As for the Ravens, they will be without wide receiver Rashad Bateman, running back Gus Edwards, and then also linebacker Justin Houston. So a lot of losses there on that Ravens defense and offense as well. So both teams without some key players, Azeez Ojulari, Kadarius Toney, Kenny Galladay, Rashad Bateman, Justin Houston. Both teams missing some key pieces, but it will be a good game today for the Giants, hopefully. I think today will be a close game. I think if the Giants have a chance of winning, they got to keep this score below 30 points. Since I don't know even though the offenses look great, Daniel Jones, Saquon Barkley look great through the first 5 games of the season. I don't know if we're going to put up 30 points today, so I think if we're going to win this game, it has to be under 30 points. And if the Giants were to win, it's going to be like a 27-24 ball game. That's my prediction right there. So the Giants win today's game 27-24. Obviously, if Lamar Jackson's running around and we're not being able to tackle him, I mean, it's going to be hard to tackle him in the open field no matter what. But if you're not putting pressure on him and hitting him when you're actually blitzing, it could be a long day for that Giants defense. But I do think the Giants today have a good game, as I said. I think we win this game 27-24. As for the Patriots, they will be playing today at 1 o'clock against the Cleveland Browns in Cleveland. The Patriots will be without quarterback Mac Jones for yet another game, so that means backup rookie quarterback Bailey Zappi will be getting the start again today. I've talked about him a little bit on my radio show the other night. Not a bad backup quarterback. The Patriots didn't throw the ball much in that 29-0 win over the Lions, but at the end of the day, he's making decisions, the easy, safe decisions, and it's worked for the Patriots. I mean, they almost beat the Packers in overtime 2 weeks ago, and then last week, obviously beat the Lions 29-0. So we'll see how they look today. Without Mac Jones, they also will be without running back Damian Harris. So there's a big loss to the run game right there. I expect a lot of Ramondre Stevenson. As for the Browns, they've had some injuries as well. They will be without Jadeveon Clowney and Denzel Ward. So should be a good game today for the Patriots and the Giants. Hopefully both teams get the win. The Patriots will be facing their former backup quarterback to Tom Brady and Jimmy Garoppolo, Jacoby Brissett, former third-round pick in 2016 out of NC State to the Patriots. On the season, 5 touchdowns and 3 interceptions with 1,060 passing yards and his 64% completion percentage in the first 5 games of the season as the Browns' starting quarterback. One thing to highlight is how great Nick Chubb's been this year. 593 rushing yards for the first 5 games of the season with 7 rushing touchdowns. So ridiculous start of the season for Nick Chubb. He's averaging 6.1 yards per carry. He's actually the NFL leading rusher. Number 1 in rushing yards, Saquon Barkley is second. So both those guys having tremendous years for their respective teams. One more thing I want to highlight, Ramondre Stevenson, 25 carries for 161 rushing yards last week versus the Detroit Lions. Also added a couple catches out of the backfield too. So he will be the Patriots starting running back today. Hopefully it's a good game for them. And one last thing I want to highlight is the Giants-Ravens game. The Ravens have given up 1,529 passing yards this year, which is the most in the NFL. They've given up 290.2 yards per game through the air. So hopefully Daniel Jones has a great game today, passing. Hopefully he throws for about 250 yards and a couple touchdowns. I think he's very capable of it, especially with Wan'Dale Robinson healthy. I think he's going to be an electric receiver for the Giants this year. And the last thing I want to mention is the Buffalo Bills and Kansas City Chiefs will be playing today in Kansas City. This is actually the first time in Patrick Mahomes' career as a starting quarterback that the Chiefs are not favored in a game at home at Arrowhead Field, which is ridiculous, especially considering how good Mahomes has been. They've been favored every single game at home in his entire career, which is ridiculous as a starter. Last year, the Bills and the Chiefs, as you guys remember, the best game in the NFL season last year in the playoffs, 42-36 win for the Chiefs in overtime. One of the most thrilling football games I've ever seen. Hopefully today is another one like that. They also played in the regular season last year with the Bills winning 38-20. So the last 2 times they've played, each team split 1-1. Then in 2021, in the playoffs, they also played, so almost 2 playoffs ago now. The Chiefs beat them 38-24 at Kansas City. So 3 straight games they've played have all been in Kansas City, and the Bills are 1-2 in those 3 games. But hopefully today is a good game. The Bills are favored right now by 2.5 points. Anyways, thank you guys so much for taking the time to listen to this. As always, I appreciate it and hope you guys have a good one. Thank you and enjoy Football Sunday.